Alright, here we go again. Karl versus Steve, All the Insults Part 3. And yeah, I am aware that I uploaded the wrong video by mistake. It has been replaced with the right one for the Ricky Gervais show, the last one. My favorite part about all of that is even before I even got the chance to replace it, it got 3 likes. So I don't know who gave these likes, but thanks. It has been replaced. Now you have the right video. And now we start with Karl versus Steve, All the Insults, Part 3. Lego.
Oh, well, so just go back to insults briefly.
Go on,
you know,
Goofy.
saying,
no, see, that's...
Goofy, that's not fair.
No, because that's what he said, it's in my head.
What do you mean he said?
No,
when did he say that?
No, I mean...
When did you call me Goofy?
No, he didn't. He said about one's in my head. No, when it's...
Come on.
Come off it.
What? Who's calling me Goofy?
No.
I'm not even Goofy. Goggle-eyed's fair enough.
Yeah, but you can sort your look out, I can't.
What do you mean how can I sort my look out? I'm not even Goofy, that's not fair.
You've got the proper features.
What?
Just needs sorting out a bit. I can't help it if my hair's not good.
Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'd like to rent you out to people.
See me, I'm different. I would happily leave him now in the bottom of the cupboard.
Until quiz
with the scale electrics.
Until the old pub quiz night, when there's no one else who will have you on the team.
Sure.
And suddenly you want to be your best mate.
Done him again.
Oh, no.
Right?
Yeah, where's his mum and dad then, Karl? Yeah?
In Bristol.
Yeah.
Me and Steve were having a little meeting yesterday over lunch about, planning stuff for the show. And, Gary Kemp came up to me, started having a little chat about old times, and, I went, oh yeah. As he went away, Steve said, right, think of this. He said, Rick, don't take this the wrong way. Remember that sentence, don't take this the wrong way. So there's a right way and a wrong way I could have taken this comment. He went, nodded to sort of Gary Kemp and went, he's aged better than you. I went, well, how could I take that the wrong way?
Yeah, it's not offensive.
No. Well, the point is this. He does, because he didn't know me 20 years ago, so he's actually saying, Rick, don't take this the wrong way. He looks better than you do.
Yeah, well, he does.
But why say that, Karl?
What?
Did you really say that?
Yeah, although, can I just backtracking for a second? I love the fact you said you bumped into Gary Kemp and you reminisced about old times. What old times did you share with Gary Kemp?
Well, no, he came up and said, did we drop the pops together? I went, no, I did Razzmatazz. I said, oh, we did Razzmatazz. I think he was thinking, had he ever met me before? But he hadn't, because we hadn't. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
but if you had to make an objective analysis...
I wouldn't. I think that's out of order.
Sure, sure. I mean, you're always slagging me off, but apparently you can't make a value judgment on something else. No. Well, because you're morally all over the place. You don't know where you're coming or going.
Leave it.
Sure. You should hear what I say about you behind your back.
So, would you say you're better looking now than you were? Or...
Than I'm what?
Would you say you're better looking now than you were?
Than I was when?
Well, have you aged well?
Yes.
You've aged well?
Yeah, I've kept my looks.
bit of Dando?
A bit Evan Dando, this would be lovely, yes.
Look for sunshine.
I'm not going at the moment. I'm not going, and I'm desperate to see him, man. I mean, he's going to do a great concert. It's his only one in London. I can't believe that being on the radio, being on XFM, the listenership's going up apparently. I can't believe I can't get a ticket. I've asked Karl. He's done nothing. He's done nothing.
No, Karl had a very good point.
Nothing.
Karl, say what you said when he was whinging in the break.
First of all, whilst you're moaning, you also asked in the week for a Badly Drawn Boy album.
Yeah.
You got in today.
Yeah.
There's one there for you.
Well, yeah. But it's yin and yang.
And it's like, yeah, but
Karl, what's Steve ever done for you? That's what you got to ask yourself. What has Steve ever done for you?
Well, he took me to the BAFTAs. Yeah, but only 'cause no one else would probably want to go with you.
I can't believe that.
What is
I
this?
do not believe that. Oh, Steve, I'm going to stitch you up now, Karl. And it's in a nice way, and don't worry, it won't be too bad. He won't take it too bad. Karl sent me a little text message today.
Right.
No,
what is this?
Right, okay. Okay.
I'm in a very frail mood at the moment.
No, you're like this one. This is funny, because me and him have been, like, sending, trivia back and forth to each other. Which is another point, right? I sent him... Oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I thought he'd really be amazed with,
Well, while you're fiddling, if you can make my dream come true, to go and see Bruce Springsteen tomorrow, then give us a call on the usual number.
But like I said, Steve...
What?
Right, It wouldn't be right. You just said when the song was on, can't believe it, right? We work at XFM and I can't get tickets for Springsteen, right? We work in radio, we should get tickets. Right, now think
Which
of
I'm
the
willing
amount
to pay for.
Yeah, but think of the, but if it's sold out, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
but that's just something they say.
Right, that's just what they say, is it? Right, so everybody on local radio stations say, do you know, I like that Bruce Springsteen, I want a free ticket, right? So another say,
I tried to phone, I phoned for an hour and a half, I couldn't get through.
Not long enough.
I put the hours in.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
What are you talking about? Put the hours in.
No.
Right, so another 400 people turn up at the gig, they cram them all in, there's people being crushed, you know, they've paid the money early, they were up early that day when the phone lines were open, whilst you were probably sleeping, and that. So they're dedicated, and they're the ones at the front getting crushed.
What?
Would you
Why are
mind
they
Dad
getting
be
crushed?
happy if you were there getting crushed?
I don't mind, I'll sit at the side of the stage and watch him.
Yeah, but
I don't mind.
But everyone will say that then. And then before you know it, no one can see anything
No,
because you're all on
Carl's
the
right
stage.
on this one. Right, yeah,
Leave
just
it.
read, right, I'm gonna give you this here. I'm handing over my mobile phone to Steve to read the, you can see it's from Karl at the top, but just read it out as you scroll down. Just read it out loud.
Is this a text message from...
Yeah, this is a text message to me from Karl. Read it out.
To see at night as well as an owl, you would need eyes the size of grapefruits. If only Stephen could turn his head right round as well. Karl, I can't believe it. What upsets me most, Karl, right, is not the fact that you've been slagging me off behind my back. It's the fact that you've got the cheek to come on here and moralise because you failed to get me tickets and make a dream come true. You've come on here trying to pass the buck and say that it's a health and safety problem, when in actual fact it's a Carl Pilkington problem.
Do that, I've got it in a bin.
I'm devastated, you know.
I didn't thought, let's play a record.
I'm
I should
upset.
have eaten this banana off air.
What's the number?
It's 08700 800 1234. But if it's sold out, Steve, it's sold out.
A bit of a classic here. R.E.M.
I bet if Ricky wanted to go, it'd be fine. I'm sure someone could sort it out then.
Who?
Oh, if Ricky Gervais wants to go, then
I'm
you can
going.
come. Are you?
No.
You want some tickets, then?
Well, there's the best band in Britain, in my opinion.
Big words.
The Darkness, Growing on Me, on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Have you got the album?
And already, they've had an argument.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know whether we need to cheapen the show by discussing it, but I asked for a particular track. Karl is the producer, and he failed to get it for me. He's failed to get it for me. He's failed to bring it up from the record library. Completely failed in his mission. He needed to get 2 records, and he failed to get one of them. A 50% error rate there.
Yeah, but like I said, I looked in the system, it told me what album it's on, I brought that album up. I'm busy.
But, okay, so fine. Fine, you're absolutely fine then. That's no problem. You know, once again, that's a great excuse, Karl. Brilliant. The show has been ruined, it's been partially ruined, but you've got a bit of an excuse.
Alright. I didn't make a big deal out of it when you said, oh, and whilst you're down there, get us a new 50 Cent single.
I never said, while you're down there, get the new 50 Cent single. I asked you if 50 Cent single was lying around.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been here, I wouldn't have worried.
So I get it, yeah, I did that for you.
Right.
And when I come up, you say, has it got swearing in it? Well, I don't know, it's 5 to 1, Steve.
You're the
I haven't got time, I've been whizzing
You're the
around.
producer, it's the brand new single. I'd have thought it had been lying around in the XFM office anyway.
But I don't have time to sit around listening to music.
Sure, well, yeah.
Right? I know that you have, now you've got an iPod that can hold 7,500 songs. I don't know when you're going to get round to loading all them on, but I haven't got the time.
Sure.
Busy.
Yeah. Fine, okay, no, that's a perfect excuse, Karl. Well done, mate. Right. I just hope that I never have to depend on you in a real emergency.
Yeah. So, we were talking about should we play a record? Is that link too long already before we actually got to something?
I'm already bored.
Carl, we've got to get to something. We've got to do something.
Why don't you contribute something? You've been silent.
Now that is scraping the bottom about
really is,
we're in trouble. Oh no. Oh, we're failing. Who can we bring on that's surefire, always delivers,
audio
snappy?
dynamite?
Yeah, Karl,
the big guns.
Come on, Karl.
I was just thinking, there is nobody else who looks like Steve.
He's done ya.
That's outrageous. Although, to be honest with you, that insult has resurrected things.
Yeah, well done.
I was on my mobile phone, and I was chatting away to someone, and, what can only be described as a prostitute.
Go on.
Stood on the street corner.
Was she a woman that gives you sex for money?
Yes.
That is a prostitute.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Go on.
And as I was walking by, she said, "Do you want to buy sex?" Now,
You sure it wasn't a market trader giving 6 plums or
No,
something?
it was definitely...
6 for a quid?
No, it was definitely
Go
a
on.
prostitute.
Yeah.
And what annoyed me about it, what I wanted to pick her up on something, was the fact that I was on my mobile phone. It's like, can you imagine, who would what, am I gonna hang up? Sorry, Mum, can I call you back?
I've
You
just
know,
had an
you know,
offer.
you say you want me to meet more women.
And you know you sent me that 30 quid
Exactly.
for my birthday.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Johnson, I'm really excited about the job. Can I call you back? I'm just going to negotiate with a whore. And it was just sort of, you could tell that she was clearly probably desperate for crack or a latest fix of smack. So she was literally, the normal etiquette of prostitution, you know, that they hang around, they show some thigh. I've seen this in
They
films.
would woo ya.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Take you out for a meal, that sort of thing. That had sort of gone out of the window, and she was just there, desperate, running around the
Did she
streets.
go out of a window?
Like a
Because
girl.
that's another thing they sometimes do, specialist ones.
But I was shocked because I've never been propositioned before like that.
Really?
In London.
That's weird, isn't it? Carl, thoughts?
I think you'd be sort of approached a lot because they tend to sort of go for people who look like they haven't got much chance.
Sure.
And I'm not being mean.
No.
Sorry, I'll let you go back to it. In what way aren't you being mean? By saying that
Steve knows is a little bit odd looking.
I don't think. Well,
No, he does. Do you know?
yeah,
before-
no, but it's not what he thinks of his looks.
No.
It's what he thinks of you talking about his looks on.
No, but it's
on.
like how you were talking before about, you know, your eyes are bad. It's nature's little way of saying, look, nothing to see here, right?
I don't get that.
I don't know what you mean.
But when you look in the mirror and that, they've gone, look, he hasn't got the looks, let's make his eyes bad, right?
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
See,
they're
I-
balancing it out, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, right? Now we're on the topic.
Sorry,
Right, I wasn't-
Johnny Depp.
No, listen,
my chest is gonna burst at this moment.
Whenever we go
because
into this conversation, I always think to myself, Carl, do you know what you look like?
I'm gonna burst.
Do you know, seriously, can I be honest with you? You look like, you know, if you've got like a balloon, a hot air balloon, right, just a little balloon, like a party balloon, if you drew a little face on it, right, and inflated it about halfway, that's what you look like.
right.
No, play a record, I don't want to get into this,
Listen,
it's too intense.
now you've got onto this, let's just nip it in the bud now. I'll tell you something that I wasn't going to tell you because I think it was
I
out
don't
of
want to
order.
hear it, I don't want to hear it.
Right, it was on the tube, right? Well, someone told me they were on the tube, right? And, the tube pulled into a station, right? And one of the women saw the poster that's out at the moment with you and Rick on it, right?
Yeah.
So this woman apparently goes, oh look, there's Ricky. Ricky's on the radio, right? And, the other woman goes, oh yeah, don't you listen to it? So she goes, oh, I didn't know he was on the radio. And she goes, oh. Look at...
Because he didn't sound this bad.
She said, oh, look at that person he's with. So she goes, yeah. She said, that's Steve. She said, I was sort of aware that he looked odd because Karl mentions it on the radio.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as much of a blow to me, but I can see how it was a bit of a shock to you.
Yeah.
So, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that isn't me sort of telling this woman to say anything. That was all happened without anybody else sort of bringing it on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
Oh no.
Was it?
He sounds hurt.
Sorry, you seem to be relishing this. Was it because of the little balloon story that made you?
I honestly, Steve, I wouldn't have told you, but if you're going to start, you know, having a pop,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't just sit here and take
Sure.
it and that.
No.
I mean, all mates.
Yeah. It's just,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was
Shame,
mistaken for
actually,
Johnny
yeah.
Vegas. Steve's got a story about that. If you want to have a go at me.
well, someone just thought you were fat with a beard, which is true.
Well, don't have a go at me because he said you look.
Well, you started it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
no,
you
I
did.
didn't.
You were milking it.
You did.
You were
I
egging
was.
him
I
on.
was laughing.
You were egging him on.
Oh yeah.
I sort of was.
Yeah.
But let's not. You know.
Oh, it's a good job you've got lots of good mates like Jonathan Ross who you can go and hang out with. Don't need other friends, people who've helped you in your career. Because actors are often quite handsome people, but yet they're always quite obnoxious.
We are.
No, I mean, they're normally quite obnoxious, Rick. Again, you know, you're a good example of that. And yet, I think it must be the small man complex. That's what makes them so obnoxious and so kind of desperate for attention. Didn't realise it before.
Steady on.
Because, of course, I tower above everyone.
You do, don't you?
I'm, for people who don't know, who are listening, I'm 6'7" tall. That's high.
Yeah.
That's big.
And for people who've never seen him, he doesn't hold it well. It's not like he's a sort of handsome athlete, is it, Karl? He's a bit of a what do you call him?
Carl, don't answer.
No.
Don't get drawn into that. You know the game he's playing.
No.
Yeah, it's so
Do you know, yesterday when you were in the office,
Yeah.
you did a little move, and it reminded me of Blakey.
Oh, I hate you, Gervais. Oh, I hate you, Pilkington.
That's
He's-
our stance.
Yeah, but even he held it a little bit better, didn't he? Because he was a man, you know, he had a big coat and everything, and a peak cap. But, yeah.
I can't believe you. Like, I've not suffered enough from being freakishly tall. Now, two of my best buddies,
Yeah.
live on radio, are just...
It's not just the height, though, is it? It's the posture in the face, isn't it?
But it's got you places, hasn't it?
No? How do you mean it's got me places?
I think people give you a bit more of a chance in your career and stuff. 'Cause it's like,
What, yeah, stacking shelves? Because I can reach to a high level.
Oh, God. Amazing.
Mr. Wilburton, hello, it's Dr. Hanrahan. Barry Sheen has just passed away, and you go, oh dear. Yeah, bad news and good news. Do you want his face? No. Do you want his face?
Does Suzanne go out with you, like, for charitable reasons? Is it like you can adopt a boyfriend?
I love the fact that she encourages you.
she was saying about Tom Cruise, and I was like, oh, you know, she said, you know, he's not a bad-looking fella or whatever.
So, well, what she's saying is, Carl, is there any chance you could go and get a different face? Maybe something like Tom Cruise would be
but
good.
then I was saying, right, first of all, he's got to be dead, and he's not. But if he was, and you had that done, would you feel like...
People were looking
you
at you on the tube.
Well, no, like, say if the people who made Mission Impossible said, well, we want to do a third one, would I be in me right to say, well, I don't want to do it?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't mean to be offensive, Carl, but your girlfriend could do a lot better than you. I don't know what you're thinking.
I love the idea of this whole conversation about you in Tom Cruise's face, and then get offered a film.
But why does she have conversations like this with you?
He was now on last night. He's now on the telly.
I love it. What should we talk about? What about getting a new face? Oh dear. Oh, that cartoon. If you don't know what Karl looks like, there's a cartoon that was in last week's Heat, isn't it, that I drew on the website. What's it going for now? Bid?
I think it's at about 225 quid at the moment.
And what do they have to do to bid for it?
Just email in and I'll pass it on to the website people.
I know why Heat put it in. It's because the editor, Boyd Hilton, looks a little bit like you, doesn't he?
Sort of my ugly brother.
He's probably listening, and he says nice things about you.
Yeah, he can still say nice things, but I bet he knows deep down. You know if you're good looking or not, don't you?
I can't believe
Come
it,
on, Steve. I mean, what do you think?
This is going crazy now, Carl. I don't know. You're just, the insults are flying left, right and centre. You've got no limits. You've just gone crazy, you've just gone wild. You're swanning around just because you look like Tom Cruise.
I think it's because he's been hanging out with Christian O'Connell.
Yeah.
And they're both thinking, yeah, we're...
Couple of media players.
Yeah.
Too big for their boots.
Yeah, not scared. Although he's scared of Christian.
No, he's terrified.
He's scared of Christian in here because he's not allowed to do monkey news.
No.
Because Christian wants to do it. He's scared of him.
I'm not saying that, right? Christian...
You do monkey news, but Christian wants to do some monkey news. I'm not allowed.
Just the white stripes.
What star sign are you?
Mine changes. I'm on the edge.
Right. Okay.
He even makes that complicated. He even makes twaddle complicated.
No, I'm just, it changes depending what paper you read.
Yeah. Alright, in theory, what would
23rd
you...
of September. So I think most of the time I'm a Virgo, I think. Oh.
Well, I'll tell you.
Write that down, listeners. 23rd of September, and come round and give him the bumps.
What I mean...
Well, according to this, I mean, I mean, you've been criticising this, Rick.
Sure.
You've been saying that there's maybe not anything in the zodiac.
Yeah, go
well,
on.
hang on, let me just read some of the elements of-
Is this going to change my mind?
Well,
Am I going to eat my words?
The typical Virgoan.
Words.
Okay. The physical appearance of the typical Virgoan.
Yeah.
High forehead.
That's not true.
Cranium may seem too big in comparison with the face. Look at Karl, look at Karl.
But how specific is
Has an
that?
extremely large forehead. Has a high hairline.
That's not true though, is it?
May be quite tall.
What are the blokes like?
Often has one foot turned in more than the other.
What? They've just described Rain Man. What is that? How can they be specific?
Well, that's why it sounds like Karl.
One foot turned in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, have they even bothered doing one for you? Because there isn't many people who...
Hang on a minute.
Let him finish, Steve.
No, I'm just saying...
Go on. What are you saying?
I sort of think I'm fairly average looking, but I'm saying, have they wasted a page in that book for whatever you are?
It started off me being dissing him and stuff, and you've been nice.
Hang on a minute. I don't think you can be a Virgoan, because it says that they are normally quick, alert and intelligent. But no, actually, I have to say, it says here, behaviour and personality traits of the Virgoan, as a child, is an excellent mimic, can learn many things in a short time. Not really true of you, is it? Rarely questions authority, but frequently questions facts. You never question facts.
Yeah, you never question authority, he's scared of authority.
Yeah. You're usually times very upset if teased. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hang on a minute, though.
Yeah.
This one like Steve.
Can't take a bit of stick, too much
depends,
pressure. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh.
What to teach a young Virgoan? Myths, fairy stories, make-believe, daydreams, and how to use imagination should all be taught to young Virgoans, so they have plenty of magical moments to remember in their adult years when they are often alone.
I'm changing my mind.
I know.
This is good stuff. This is really good stuff.
Alright, well, let's see, what are you?
I don't think we should talk about that.
Yeah, let's have a look.
It says the Virgoan is, I love some of the specifics of this. Virgoan is an employer. He's excellent as the boss of a small company.
yeah. Don't get him on a Tuesday. He's probably stamp collecting then.
Yeah.
Come on,
He loves a bit of haddock.
Okay, let me look at mine.
Oh, that is good though, Carl, isn't it? That is you all over. I've changed my mind. It's brilliant. It's a real science. They've really put their work in with this one.
Let me see, Sagittarius, Sarah Jones. Sagittarian is a happy, playful little clown.
Little.
Greets everyone.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Let me see, Sagittarius at home.
He's only going to read the good bits though, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
If that's it, what can it say?
Have they done yours in sort of small print, because you've got special eyes?
I don't know what that insult is, Carl. What kind of insult is that?
Well,
He's happy with that. Look at his face.
You've done me.
Oh dear.
And come back to me.
To a certain extent.
I'm just thinking, if I was to meet Steve in a restaurant,
Yeah.
right,
Nothing untoward going on, we're just hanging out.
no, just having a chat, just having a normal night out.
Yeah.
Who's paying? Because, I mean, is it expensive?
Go Dutch. I mean,
Right, so, I say to you, I'll see you at 8, right, in this restaurant. I turn up at the door, it's a bit of a posh place, right, so he's, Steve Merchant in, and the waiter sort of goes, I don't know, what does he look like, right, and,
where's he from?
Just a little French fella.
Oh, yeah.
And, what does he look like? So the thing I'd pick up on first, tall lad.
Tall, yeah.
And then he goes, oh, well, you know, we've got lots of tall people in, right? And I go, big eyes?
Big eyes?
Yeah. And then he'd go, yeah, he's over there.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, you can have dinner and you can buy me dinner. I'm not sure you're going to get anywhere with me.
yeah, but the thing is, what he hasn't said is, well, he gets frustrated because we have to go from restaurant to restaurant for something I can eat. But the reason we've only got about 3 restaurants to choose from are that because he doesn't want to spend more than a £5 at lunchtime.
At lunchtime? If I was going out of an evening, you'd spend a decent amount of wallop. But lunchtime,
Would
why
ya?
am I spend? You'd be happy to spend 20 quid on lunch. Imagine that every single day. There's no one out there who's eating lunch 20 quid a day on lunch. It's crazy. You don't need that much food at lunchtime because I don't know what happens. You go in there, you have some kind of tiger in curry for lunch. You're asleep by 1:30. We're trying to work. We're trying to write TV shows, and you're dozing off like one of those giant anacondas that's just eating a sheep and is slowly digesting it. It takes like 3 weeks.
He doesn't. Carl, he does not like the spare. He'll walk a mile out of his way to get a sandwich for.
Having an argument over that 50p that time. I don't want to bring it back up again.
Here's the situation, Carl. I lent you 50p, and you decided you weren't going to pay me back. It should be to my discretion if I say, don't worry about it, Carl. You should offer me the 50p, go, there's that 50p I owe you, and I'll go, don't worry about it, Carl. But you didn't even do that.
Ah, it's the way that you were, like...
I said, where's my 50p? You went, oh, you don't need that. That's not your decision to
I
have.
didn't say that. I said, I don't think I've got it at the moment, or whatever.
Rubbish.
And you're going through my pockets and that.
Rubbish.
50p. Ridiculous.
You've just given him a keg of beer for free, hadn't you?
Well, let's not go over it again.
Here we are then, we're back, XFM 104.9. Carl had to leave early last week, but you stay to the end this week, mate, or...
Yeah.
Yeah?
You don't need another holiday.
Oh, he started already.
I mean,
Steve's made you look like a bit of a twat already, and it's only 1:05.
But the only reason you don't go on holiday is because you have to spend money.
Oh, and he's gone straight back.
Well,
He's gone straight back.
I can't come back to that.
Oh,
it's just dynamite. It's just absolute. That was
Although the
searing
last
and cut to
holiday,
the chase.
last holiday Steve had, he sort of found a third world country so he could live like a king for a week. It was Cuba, wasn't it?
Going to Cuba, amazing. We can almost rule the place. If it weren't for Castro, I'd have been in charge. Kind of cash I was flashing around. They do anything for $1 over there. It's extraordinary, literally. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely, and I went to Kenya before that.
So he thought, to the prostitute said no. You were going,
Yeah, well, it was $2. I mean, I'm not made of money.
oh,
I genuinely, I really, it does frustrate me that I don't get any allowance.
It doesn't count as a disability.
Well, it does count.
No, it doesn't. It's not a disability being 6'7".
But how can you explain, for instance, travelling on a bus or a coach? There's some
the only
things I can't
disadvantage is, people look. I've seen people stare at you, but they stare at me because I've been on the telly. Was that a disability? Are that people being recognised?
Yes, but you could avoid that by not being on the telly. It's your choice. This is my point. It's your choice.
Yeah,
it's the same as the big fat people. It's their choice.
It's a different sort of stare, isn't it? I've been there.
Yeah.
When, the sort of stare that you get and the sort of stare that
Well, obviously I'm gonna... Sorry, Steve, but I'm gonna, follow up this inquiry. What do you mean, Karl?
No, I'm just saying it's more of a stare of fear than... like with you, they go, oh, it's him.
Yeah, go on.
Whereas with you, it's more like, jeez.
Where's the monkey news?
Well, we're not going to do Freak of the Week here,
okay? Right?
Because we've done quite a bit of that in the last 20 minutes.
We've
right?
OD'd on freaks, you think?
Yeah,
sure.
We'll just shift it a little bit.
Okay.
I don't like to keep saying. Don't want people to be thinking we're sort of taking the mick out of anyone.
No.
Right? Because we're not about that. I feel that, like, I can do a little bit of it because I work with you, Steve.
Yeah.
Sure. It gives me that right.
It's like a care worker. Yeah, I understand.
Well, it's like that thing of you can't be homophobic because I've got a couple of gay mates and stuff.
Sure.
I think it sort of gives me that edge.
Yeah.
Right? So
you're not freakophobic because you work with Steve?
Yeah.
No, that's right, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay,
well, by that token, I should be able to sort of slag off, the mentally ill.
What do you mean?
At least mentally handicapped.
What do you mean? Okay, we'll stop here. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Steve needs to learn to just not start this. I mean, so many times now he's the one who's like, why are you stepping into this pile of dog shit? Like, you're doing it intentionally at this point. Just stay away. You're not gonna win. It's so clear. Steve is quick-witted, of course, but that's only gonna help you if you're in an intelligent conversation with someone that is like your equal. Then your skills, your talents, your whatever, like that shows. Then you can have a chance of winning an argument. But if you're with Karl, who clearly, I mean, this guy like grew up with the scruffy Sandras and the freaks in his school. I don't want to say freaks, like these certain colorful characters that he's known his whole life. You're not going to compete with him. Obviously, Karl honed his skills on the street. You're not going to win that. You're not going to win that argument. He's just going to crush you every time. Oh my god. I think maybe there's one more part left of this. We'll see. After that, I'm gonna see. I mean, I have quite a few on the list now. We'll see what I'm gonna do next. But for now, bye.